Oh, good. Here's a picture of Gary at the, here, I'll show this to the camera. Here's a picture of Gary.
Ooh.
He's gotten heavy. This is a picture of the fat Gary.
Look at that. He's got the little, the T-shirt doesn't quite go to the pants. I like that.
That's Gary. Gary really is so fat.
I think what you're seeing is Gary filling out. You know, he's getting
more manly.
Male stature.
Yeah, he's becoming more of a man. He's not a boy anymore.
Somebody who hadn't seen Gary in a long time had lunch with him last week and told me, yeah, Gary, when I last saw Gary, Gary was a goofy kid.
Now he's a goofy man. Now he's a goofy man.
He's a goofy grown-up.
Yeah. His face, though, is distorted looking. Like someone who's been socked in the jaw or something.
Yeah, he's gotten, you know, that wide jawline.
Yeah. His teeth are bigger, his jawline is bigger. He's become a caricature of himself. Hey,
he looks like his drawings now.
Yeah, let me tell you about Fred's bachelor party.
There was a bachelor party, too. That's right.
Yeah, Friday. So we go over to Scores, our favorite strip club.
You know what is funny? Everybody I told that Fred was doing this again, they thought he was out of his mind.
Hey, he wasn't.
No, not at all.
Just the idea of within a week after having such a horrible disaster, going back to the scene of his crime.
Yeah, he didn't drink, I'll tell you that. We walked in and Scores had a big thing of Yoo-Hoo for him, so he wouldn't get in trouble.
So all he had was Yoo-Hoo?
Yeah, all he drank was Yoo-Hoo and Perrier's.
Good.
That's it.
Anyway, so Scores is a strip club here in New York. You know, high-class kind of club.
What does it look like in there?
It's nice, you know. It's not like a sleazy club. It's like you go in there and you could have a few drinks and not be grossed out. You know.
I started to go with you, but I got the distinct impression you didn't want me around, so I went home.
Yeah, I guess you were reading the correct signals. Yeah, wouldn't have been the same kind of party with you there, unless you were willing.
I wouldn't have stayed long. I was just going out to see the lay of the land, and who showed up?
Yeah, well. I can tell you everything that happened.
Yeah, right. You can't even tell me what the place looked like.
It'll be just like being there. So, you know, it's just like, it's a high-class kind of club, Scores. And we got there.
What are there, tables and chairs or couches? What?
It's kind of like a health club. It's like clean. And
yeah, it's
nice.
clean. It's not sleazy.
It's not like a strip club.
That's
is
why
it bright? Is it dark?
Well, when we get there, it's dark because we requested the lights be out. But it's the kind of thing where you expect strip clubs to be real sleazy and dirty and dumps, but what they did was they made a high-class place. That's why they get so many good-looking girls to work there. They figure, hey, it's kind of clean in there, and it's not a sleazy thing, so you see, like, really good-looking women there, and I think they pay the women really well.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So anyway, we go over there at about 11:15 in the afternoon, and they set up a private room for us. First, they had a full buffet out.
Another one.
Oh. Yeah, but this was even better. They had lobster.
Ooh.
Shelled lobster.
Yeah.
No work.
Right. It was just like, you know, it was all cracked open for you and everything. I was on a diet, so I didn't eat anything, but the guys told me it was real good.
You couldn't eat the lobster?
They had lobster. Well, I just eaten lunch. That's where I get into trouble. That's where I gain weight, where I go in and go, oh, I just ate lunch, but there's lobster. That's dietetic. You know, and then I'd eat 2 lunches. So they had lobster, they had macaroni, and shrimp scampi, and all different kinds of things. Yeah, really good food. See, you wouldn't expect that in a strip club.
You wouldn't expect any food in a strip club.
Yeah, right, but this was like really good food.
Yes.
So, you know, it shows you it's like they're serious about being in business, because you could get good food there and naked girls. And good-looking naked girls.
I mean, that's all the time they serve food. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can get food there all the time.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's how they make money.
Didn't you notice when you walk in on the left, there's a giant lobster tank?
You know, I did notice that, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. Howard thought it was a pool.
Yeah, I thought it was just like something you dunked a girl's breast in or something. I don't know. Hey, girls, want to turn on? Put your chest right in that lobster tank. I had no idea what it was. I thought maybe you throw your own genitalia in there just to cool them down after you've been in there for a while. Yeah, right. Who knew?
It's kinky.
Yeah, who knew?
No, I really didn't know they served food at all.
Yeah, so they had like a whole buffet there. We got in the room, and the girls were still getting dressed, you know, in their special evening wear. They come out in evening gowns and stuff.
No, because I was going to say they're strippers.
Yeah, well, they don't come out naked. They come out wearing like special outfits. So they were getting dressed, so we were eating. And there was only about, I don't know, 12 guys?
It was a low turnout.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, who showed up this time? Who's on the list this time?
There was nobody new except for the Spin Doctors.
Oh, they did show up.
Oh, yeah.
And with them...
He always gives away my whole story.
Oh.
He's such a
Why do you leave him here?
The worst producer in the world.
Why do you leave him here?
I don't know. He just leaves nothing to the imagination for me. There was no one new except for the Spin Doctors. Hey, here's a picture of Gary producing at the party. Someone snapped this photo of him. There he is. My helper.
Oh, no.
The monkey. And there's Gary. Where's Gary Puppet? I want to talk to him. Where's Gary Puppet?
Yeah, he'll help you out with the story better.
Yeah. Gary Puppet, why do you insist? What are you wearing today? Gary Puppet, what are you wearing today?
Hold on 1 second, Wolf. I'm wearing my Gary button.
Oh, button? What does it say? I can't see it.
It says, Gary.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to have a new outfit on today, but I see you're dressed very conservative.
No, we're back to our conservative outfit until Ralph of Hollywood finds me another one.
Right. So, Gary Puppet, why do you always, when I'm telling a story, the one major thing, why do you always have to reveal it like 20 minutes before I'm going to? Why do you always just... You know how some people work intuitively together? They just know the right thing to say. Why is it in your case you never know the right thing to say?
Oh, I don't know, Wolf. Facts are stupid things. I can't be bothered with them.
It's just you never know how to read my mind, do you?
I know, but don't confuse me with the facts, Wolf. I got a closed mind. I'm sorry.
What'd you do this weekend, Gary Puppet?
I was learning to count to 10.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you want to hear?
Sure.
1, 2, 3, and another, and another, and another. How am I doing?
You're doing real good.
Thank you, Wolf. When my wife goes into her contraptions, I want to be ready to take her to the hospital.
When your wife goes into contractions?
Contractions, not contraptions.
It's not contraptions?
No.
Then why did I bother learning to count?
All right.
She's fragrant, you know.
She's fragrant?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You mean pregnant?
That too.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Gary Puppet.
Thank you, Wolf.
Okay.
I love you.
Okay, I love you too. Gary Puppet works better with me than the actual Gary. Anyway, so you get to this strip club. Oh.
Now you can't even look at it. It's disgusting.
I go to this place called Scores, which is a real high-class strip club. It really is high-class. And it was the same...
as high-class as a strip club could be, I suppose.
Yeah, and you get it was the same group of guys except for Jeff Schick showed up from IBM.
Oh, he did come.
Yeah, he came.
Wayne
Siegel was there.
But there was no Dan or Al Rosenberg, and Dominic only stayed for a short time.
Yeah, it was real weird. So we get there, and, everyone's eating. So there's only like 12 guys, and I walk in, and the guy from Scores... See, the reason I was uptight about the first bachelor party is I noticed that none of the guys were reaching into their own pocket and tipping the girls.
Right.
We had 25 women who are used to making thousands of dollars, and our guys walk in, and they're all with me, so these girls think it's a bunch of high rollers, and the guys never once even dip into their pocket for $5.
Right, so the girls wind up making no money, and they came out especially for this party thinking this would be a good payday.
Yeah, so it looks bad for me. So I'm reaching in my pocket overcompensating because nobody...
But you can't compensate for what, 20 guys?
Yeah, I had 20 guys, and I'm tipping and everything, but there's like a few guys who just sit there like King Tut. These girls perform for them and dance, and they don't tip. So I felt like a real dope. I'm sitting there the whole time getting embarrassed, and then Fred falls on his face and is bleeding
and throws up.
Yeah,
everything.
And these guys haven't made up money. I mean, Scores is out of pocket. They've put up money for food and drinks, and they're treating us nice. The guys could at least chip in for a couple of girls. I mean, where else are they going to get girls? 25 girls for 12 guys.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, the guy from Scores this time, we walk in, he hands us $5,000 in funny money. $5,000.
That sounds good.
So there's 12 guys. They distribute the $5,000. I took like $700, and then Gary just handed out the rest.
We gave like $300 a guy.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so that's pretty good. And this time the girls were pretty happy because they saw there was money in the room. And it really was like, it's really cool when you have that much money on you because it is like feeding bread to ducks. The ducks just keep running after you. Right. And then when I go through like $5,000, The guy from Scores would give us another $1,000.
Are you kidding?
What, $2,000?
He gave us $2,000.
And after that $2,000, we must have gone through $10,000 in funny money.
Yeah. Yep.
And it wasn't any of your money?
No. None. The guy was real nice to us because he says, "Hey, you've always said good things about us, so here's your payment."
Wow.
I said,
"Well,
"Well,
you got a free bachelor party."
Yeah,
twice.
Yeah, but I'm not going back there anymore. They've been more than generous to us.
Yeah, I think that you should pay from now on.
Yeah, so do I. I don't mind going with guys who pay something. It's just that our guys don't pay anything.
Well, the guys you hang out with.
Right. Right.
Your crew.
Yeah, my posse. My posse of guys. The cheap posse. And all these guys think they're King Tut. They shouldn't have to pay anybody to dance for them.
Well, you know, if Charlie Sheen is going to bring a group of people, though, he expects to pay.
So it was really cool, and as Gary mentioned earlier, we're sitting there, and who shows up? The Spin Doctors.
So they did actually come along.
Yeah, so that guy Chris, the guy with the beard from the Spin Doctors, is sitting on the couch next to me.
Uh-huh.
And as true to form, because he's a rock star, there was about 10 girls all over him.
Immediately. Did they know who he was immediately, or
Yeah.
did he have to announce?
No, they knew who he was.
Yeah.
He's on MTV all the time, so they knew who he was.
They tune into MTV.
Yeah, and word was out that it was Spin Doctors.
And it didn't hurt that they were... Did you notice they were playing Spin Doctors videos on the monitor?
Oh, forget about it.
So those guys walked in, and immediately there's like 10 girls on...
Did the whole band show up?
There was about 3 guys from the band.
It was the guitar player and... The drummer didn't show up.
No, okay.
There was a guitar player, and then one of their managers and one of the guys from the record company.
Oh,
Them all together.
Yeah, no bass player, though. He's engaged.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, his girlfriend wasn't letting him go.
No.
She had him in tow.
So I had like about 3 or 4 girls near me at all times, on top of me, jumping down on my head, everything, because I had funny money. I mean, I had thousands of dollars of funny money.
Sticking out of your collar?
I'm sitting there with the girls, right? This is a 21-year-old girl. She was beautiful, and she's the right age for me. Because I deserve a 21-year-old.
You're amazing.
So that way, by the time I'm 60, she'll be 40. Be perfect.
She'll always still be a young chick to you.
Right. So by the time I'm dead, she'll still be young. So this girl is talking to me, and she says, "Howard, how old are you?" I said, "How old do I look?" She goes, 30. I go, "Here's 20.
Oh, so you start paying her for the compliment.
Yeah, I didn't pay for dances. I go, "Let me ask you something. If I said to you right now, I want to sleep with you, would you let me?" She goes, "Probably. Here's 20. So I just hand out the funny money like crazy.
You didn't even have to dance.
No, none of them had to dance or do anything. I was just handing out money for compliments.
See, when you get that much money, you go nuts.
Yeah.
I was giving every girl $40 for a dance instead of $20.
I went through $1,000 in 10 minutes. Because there was like 7 girls around me, and I just kept throwing 20s in there, little G-strings.
Now, Howard, I don't want to jump ahead, but did you hear what happened with the guy from the Spin Doctors?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting to.
All right. I wasn't sure if you knew.
Knew? I was sitting next to him.
Because I got stuck with it.
Well, wait a second. You might be talking about something. Let me tell you what I think.
Okay, okay.
No, so Chris from the Spin Doctors, he's a single guy, so he can have fun. But the next thing I know, Chris is up and has his pants off.
Oh, no, this is something different.
Oh.
What do you mean he has his pants off?
I said, "Hey, Chris, but the girls ripped his underpants off. I saw this guy's got a...
Really?
Did you guys see it?
No.
Oh, my God. This guy... You couldn't see. You couldn't miss it. It hit me in the face almost.
Or him. There was a wall of women around.
True. That is true.
Well, let me tell you something.
It was like 3 deep.
Ralph was sitting right next to me. He saw. I said, "Ralph, take a look at the guy from the Spin Doctors.
A girl curtain, huh?
Well, he quickly pulled his pants back up, but...
So they really got his whole... Everything was hanging out, huh?
Well, I think it was an accident. He was just like... I said... I don't know. He just took his pants down for a second to show his underwear.
Joking around.
He's joking around, but he didn't mind having his underpants come down because...
Well, he was sitting there... like this, like fully exposed, and didn't really seem to care.
He didn't care because he was huge.
Huge?
I mean, the biggest I've ever seen.
Bigger than
Jeff Galooly?
Yeah. Bigger than Jeff Galooly.
Really?
Yeah.
Huge. Whoa.
Huge.
That would never have crossed my mind after meeting him.
Unbelievable.
You know, it sort of stands to reason now that I think about it. Guys like that, you know...
Skinny little guys.
Are always like
that. This guy was huge. I mean... Robin,
and
he wasn't
those little wiry guys.
I did a double. How many times do I smack Ralph in the head and go, look at the guy's weenie from the Spin Doctors?
That's all you could say.
Yeah, I mean, it was, forget the Schween Doctor.
And he wasn't even fully excited.
No, he was regular, and you
mean, wait a minute. He's not fully excited is what Ralph is saying.
No, he wasn't excited.
He just had a big old smile.
What did the girls say? I mean, did you notice the reaction from the girls?
I think those girls have seen it all.
Yeah, they didn't get excited.
They were like,
we got more excited.
Yeah, we were more into it. They were just like, meh, big deal.
Oh,
you know,
put your pants back on.
Yeah, put your pants on, you stupid idiot. Go get a shave.
So he was having a good time.
Yeah, he had a great time, and I don't know, he left.
Well, here's what happened.
What?
So the whole time we're there, I keep hearing his guy from his record company or the other guy, like the manager, going, Gary, we need more money, and I just kept giving them more and more, spreading out. So finally, 4 girls come up to me, and they said, listen, we danced for that guy for like a half an hour, and he promised us $500 a piece.
Oh, dear.
And, of course, no, they want me to pay up.
Yeah, right.
So I said, listen, so I sort of huddled with him, and he's like, Gary, man, you got to help me out, because, these girls really took care of me. They were dancing with me for, for a long time. So I gave them all a lot of money. I didn't have $500 a piece.
Right.
I might have given them like $200 a piece or something like that. And when I left, I saw one of the girls talking to the manager. I think she was going to get her money out of somebody.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So Chris had promised each of them $500.
No, not Chris.
Yes, Chris.
Oh, Chris did?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get out of Gary.
Yeah, I thought it was the manager.
No, Chris is the one. He put his arm around me. He's like, Gary.
Oh, no wonder they were all over him.
They took such good care of me.
Yeah, right.
And like I said, the girl was talking to the manager.
Yeah,
it looked like she was angry. Like she said, hey, I was promised X amount of dollars and I want it.
They thought he was loaded.
Yeah.
Well, he was, but he didn't have any money.
I thought it was because he was a rock star. I didn't realize. You know what? Hey, that guy's got some move. He walks into the club and goes, each of you, $500.
Yeah. Over here.
I think it went more like they started dancing for him and they said, you want us to keep going?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah. And he pays them. Want me to go for another song? And he paid him. And then I think he just ran out of money.
So
and
he
just said, keep going and put it on my bill.
Right.
And he couldn't pay the bill.
Very nice.
No wonder they were like all over him. Oh man, I'm stupid. I should just go in and promise him $500.
Why not? Then leave it on Gary.
He's like, hey honey, take me to court.
That guy knows how to do it. You just go to Gary and say, Gary, help me out.
Yeah.
But as usual, it was really funny because the whole afternoon the girls would come to me and they would go, "Are you Gary?" And I'd say, yeah. That guy over there told me that you have money, you pay me. I'm out of money. And then they run over, and then I'd see the guy go, no, go back to Gary. And they go, he said you got the money.
I have to admit I did that once.
The guy from the Spin Doctors is quite a hustler, isn't he? Chris.
No wonder his stepmother threw his laundry out.
Yeah, maybe the stepmother was right.
She had a grievance.
We ought to call him. Yeah. If I knew his number, I would. I don't know. He was thanking me profusely when he left.
Yeah.
They had a wonderful time.
How long did he stay?
He stayed for about an hour.
Yeah.
Even a little bit longer.
Maybe longer.
Because you know what? Sound check at Jones Beach was 2 o'clock, and he was still there at 1:30.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't leaving so quick. It was a pretty good party.
At one point, one of the girls was on my lap, and she points over to the guitar player, and she goes, "Who's that?" I go, "Oh, no, he's just a roadie."
Yeah. The single guys basically have a much better time than the married ones.
Is that right?
The married ones get a little uptight, like myself. But I think the single guys can really let loose in there.
You were having fun.
I was having a good time, but not as good as you.
Did Ralph find his way into strange places again?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. But Fred, how was? So Fred stayed to the. All I know is
Fred, you didn't even see Fred.
At one point, I was in a coma. I opened my eyes up, and then all of a sudden, I look around. and I go, I'm like the only guy left here.
What? You were the one who was complaining that you had to leave early.
Gary left. Jackie left. Everyone left.
Robin, I left at 1:45, right?
Yeah.
I went to go say goodbye to Howard, just to let him know I was leaving. And it was like a goof. It was just like 5 girls around, and you could not see Howard. And I had to, push them out of the way. They weren't moving.
I was the only one left with money.
You were the guy who said, I'm not going to be there long, and I hope you guys don't mind if I leave early.
But I wasn't there long. I left at 2 o'clock. I mean, the party started at 11. It didn't even start really with the women till about noon, so it was 2 hours.
Yeah, but you're saying everybody left you.
Yeah, all I know is I looked around and I go, everyone's gone. It was like the weirdest thing. Here's like 25 beautiful women.
I didn't leave.
No,
you stayed till the bitter end.
I think he stayed way after I did. He was begging me not to leave. And then I saw Fred on the way out drinking Perrier.
Yeah.
He was sitting where? Where was he?
He was standing, just having a good time, smiling.
Yeah.
When you first walked in, Fred had they had a little throne for him and a big bucket of Yoo-Hoos. That's what Fred had to drink was Yoo-Hoo.
Yeah, but Fred didn't drink the Yoo-Hoo.
And then they put tape down on the floor to simulate where Fred's body was. And then we all got T-shirts and hats that said, "I survived Fred's do-over bachelor party at Scores" with the date on it.
Funny.
Yeah.
So did Fred go visit the memorial that they set up to his loss of blood?
Matter of fact, I even posted pictures inside the little chalk line they'd drawn on the floor.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool bachelor party, though, wasn't it, Fred?
Yeah, it was terrific.
It was good.
It's even better sober.
Yeah. I think Fred learned his lesson. He was acting differently at the second bachelor party.
I have to say that I really thought you guys exaggerated about the girls, and you didn't.
They were really good looking, right?
I was real shocked.
You were shocked, yeah.
I thought you were doing it for the air, and every single one, it was like it was impossible to choose who to have dance for you.
I know. I looked around and saw Jackie was on, but I knew Jackie was leaving around 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, but then I would say at around 1:45 or so, after Gary left, everyone was gone. So we just went home and the party ended.
So when did you finally just get up and say, "Well, girls, I gotta go"?
2:15 maybe.
Do you have any money left at that point?
No, I handed it all out.
Yeah.
The guy from Scores kept coming over and said, "Here, hand it out." Then he comes over and I said, "I gotta leave," and he goes, "Here, girls." He starts throwing more money. "Don't let Howard leave." And I said, "No, I gotta go already. I gotta leave already." He was more than gracious, that guy.
And it doesn't bother you that these girls are just there for the money?
It does, but
you deal with it.
You get over it real quick.
It bothers you before you go in and when you leave, but while you're there, it doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah, right. When you leave.
I don't know. I mean, just that idea that, the girls weren't saying, "Oh, Howard, please don't go," until the guy threw some money up in the air.
Yeah.
You get caught up in the whirlpool of women.
Exactly. What's working?
There was a 21-year-old there I fell in love with.
Ooh.
I might have had to leave my wife for her, so I had to get out of the club.
You fell in love with her.
I did. She was perfect for me.
How dare you insult your wife by saying
She
that?
was perfect in every way. We got to take a break. So that's our day at Scores.
What do you mean she was perfect in every way? You don't even know the girl.
It's why she was perfect. That's why I liked her.
She didn't say a word.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with your phone calls right after these words.